Welcome back, everyone. We're here today in our tomato rows, and we got our tomatoes growing around us, and I want to talk to you about trellising the tomatoes. I know that if you're a gardener, you probably grow tomatoes, and a lot of people have different methods of trellising them, but after years of doing different things, trying different methods, we uh, invested money into buying these ropes, or I guess twine. They're from Johnny's seed, and we have settled and really happy with this method of trellising the tomatoes. So we have tomatoes that are pretty vigorous, and they can get good 10 feet tall with lots of tomatoes on them. We had massive harvest. I think we have about 40 tomatoes planted in the 2 rows that I'm standing in right now. And we try to go vertical with the tomatoes rather than letting them fall on the ground. Obviously, good pruning technique is important, as well as keeping them up in the air without them touching the ground. Prevents critters getting to the fruit itself. Also prevents, it has good air circulation, so that helps with preventing any kind of mold issues, prevents any kind of damage to the fruit when you're watering it. We use drip irrigation, which helps with that as well. But there's a lot of benefits. You can fit a lot more tomatoes into a smaller space. It does require one thing that is somewhat difficult, or if you don't have, you have to build. It's basically something that you can, if you can look over here, it's something that you can hang the rope on. So let me grab one and show you how this system works and give you a close-up of the trellis of the ropes and the hangers and what we do to hang them up. You can do it a little bit differently if you'd like, but we'll just give you a short kind of overview of the whole system. There's basically 2 or 3 components that you have with this. There's this hanger and a twine that you put on it. You buy the hangers separately, so you can buy them as, I don't remember what's the package they come with, but you can buy it as many as you need. Then you have the twine. We use, I believe this is nylon twine. We've reused it year after year, year after year without it rotting on us. But you can use twine that you can just cut back and compost with your plants. But we like this twine better. It's just more reusable. Then the third component, so you got the twine, the hanger, and those are sold separately. And then the third are these little tiny clips right here. So these clips basically are the ones that hold your tomato to the twine, and they use this method in greenhouses as well, and it's very efficient and a good way to hang your tomatoes. So I'll go to our tomatoes and give you a glance at what it looks like. Okay, so these are probably the more vigorous tomatoes here. Plants, this is Sun Gold, and as you can see, they're a good 5 feet now. This one's over 5 feet tall right here. It's my height, pretty much almost 6 feet now. But it's a very simple system on this, because what you do basically is you take these little clips that you buy, you wrap it around the twine like this, kind of put them in the middle here. So let me demonstrate it with this plant here. Bear with me because I'm kind of one-handed here, trying to hold my phone and the plant and do everything at once. Here we go. So I basically have the plant and the rope. The rope fits in between there, and it just clips on there. And voila, the plant is there. This thing doesn't go up and down because it's held right there with those little teeth in there. So this clip actually is solid there. So what's good about it as well is, if you look at this plant, I can basically move it up and down if I need to. And if I need to raise the plant as I prune it, it's easy and it will hold it up. And it'll hold these clips. Some of them have served me for a couple years now. Some of them I had to replace. They break. I guess one important thing is taking them off on time, which I tend not to do it. But if you take him off on time, clip him and stack him away, put him away for the winter, you'll reuse them the next year. Now, the other thing that I want to talk to you is hangers. So what we do is we have basically hanging them on these wires. Let me walk back a little bit so I can show you what we did. And it's not the best looking system from looks perspective, but it's really practical. So we had a old shed, or it's one of those carports that you get from Costco with plastic on it, that the plastic ripped on it, and we basically just took it, put wire across it where our rows are, and then we hang the hangers on those wires and they go down to the tomatoes. Now, you can build a trellis, you can build 2 posts if you have a garden bed, and just extend it, put a top on it. That will work. Now, the bottom of it, some people probably wonder if you have to do anything on the bottom. So let me go down into this tomato plant. You don't have to, put anything into the ground. This is the end of the wire or the rope, and it basically just clips onto the bottom. And eventually, as you can see, this little clip, it's not holding anything anymore. So what I could do is I could remove this clip and then go back up, find my next spot where I need to, and it helps when you have 2 hands with this, doing this, but you basically just put it in, clip it in, and it's done. So for us growing a lot of tomatoes, as you can see, I need to clip some and put some more in. We ran out of clips, so I had to order them on Amazon. But the clips themselves, I guess another tip that I want to give you is regards the tips, the clips. Johnny Seeds sell these clips, and if you have time, I recommend buying it directly from them. They last the longest, they're the best quality, easy to clip, easy to unclip. We've bought a couple from Amazon, and some of them have difficulties unclipping right here. Basically what happens is they are thicker and they get stuck, and then there's others that just break faster. So we've had the most luck with Johnny Seeds, Johnny's system, and they have been working the best for us. Okay, well, here you have it. That's pretty much the system that we use, and it works really well. Easy to install, easy to take down at the end of the year. You just unclip, collect the clips, put them in a bucket, take the twine, put them up. Sometimes we just leave the twine hanging here for the winter and reuse it next year. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do use this system, please comment on it, share your thoughts and likes, dislikes, what you think about it. And like our channel, follow us, and we'll be back with other tips on tomatoes and growing in your garden, vegetable and fruits.